back to the Skein Scoop Podcast.
I know. Look at us.
Less
1
than a
week later. Less than a week? Oh, why is
so.
it shaking? All right. You know what?
I'm Justine.
I'm Lori.
And we are coming to you from the Skein Yarn Shop in East Greenwich, Rhode Island. And we're all hyped up from our weekend away at Rhinebeck. So we have lots to talk about. But this is episode 41.
41. We're into the 40s.
It's Wednesday. The shop is not open for hours.
Did you lock the door?
I did lock the door, but that won't stop the people.
That won't stop the people.
I'm an unapologetic
they just love us.
yarn snob.
I know. It's so good. And then the booth that had those at it was at Rhinebeck, right? They also had another one that, what did it say? Get the flock out of here or something like that.
What the flock?
What? I think it said, I don't know, something about flock that I'm going to get.
Yeah, it was really cute. And they were
didn't
black.
have my size.
The reason she didn't get this one is because it was white. And she's like, I'm going to get that dirty. And I was like, am I going to get that dirty? And she's like, you have small children. Yeah, so we, it never even occurred to us to not podcast this week because we just have so many things to share.
Well, I just wanted it to be fresh in our minds. That's the thing, because we know my memory is not the greatest. So,
it's not necessarily true.
Well, I guess for certain things it's good, but no, I just thought everybody wants to consume a podcast about Rhinebeck and maybe some other festivals that didn't go as well as Rhinebeck.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk a little bit.
Lay out the plan.
Okay. We're going to talk a little bit about life stuff, but mostly just our weekend really quickly. Then we're going to share our knitting, what we're working on, what we finished, what we cast on since last Tuesday. And then we'll go into our purchases and everything, all the people we saw. But we know some people are just here for the knitting content, so we don't want to.
And some people are not.
Yeah, and some people just want to listen to us ramble on and on. That was it was funny this year. I think we got a little bit more recognized by people that we'd never seen before.
Right. Well, because our audience has grown a little.
Yeah.
So, which is great, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was really fun.
And I really mean that. But we're kind of coming up on 2,000 subscribers. So if anybody would like to help us out with that, if you watch us and you're not subscribed to us, we would love it if you hit that subscribe button and the like button and the share button. We really appreciate it.
Anytime you share on Instagram, the podcast is live, new people watch. And so that really, really helps us out. So we appreciate it.
We do. And seeing people, I can remember us saying this last year, but just seeing people, meeting new people, and seeing old friends that we met last year because of the podcast and meeting new friends is far and away the best part of the weekend. It's so much fun.
Meeting the people is literally my top favorite part of going to the festival. And most specifically, finally getting to hug our dear friend Laura Ross, who we met through the podcast, who's become a very good friend, and we just finally got to hug her. Like that literally, when I saw her when we were walking to the line, I literally saw her and took off running.
Justine ran across the street.
I was so excited to see her. So we've really developed some pretty amazing friendships through the podcast, and we're very lucky.
We are very lucky, and we love to meet everybody. So am I, because I put the heat on. Okay, I'm going to turn it down.
It was
so cold.
I walked in, and Lori's got a sweatshirt on or sweater on and sneakers, and I have flip-flops and a t-shirt on.
Oh my gosh, why was it so hot?
I don't know.
That was crazy.
It's going to be really beautiful here in Rhode Island this week. It's going to get 77 degrees on Saturday.
Oh, I am dying as well.
Woo! Woo! You need to take out your fan, Lori.
I know. Don't listen. Where? It's right here. I gotta find it.
So we did make quite a few purchases. I made more than you.
Yeah, I think so. The hot flashes are real.
Oh God.
So
That's such
good.
a cute little fan.
This is thanks to Angie. I have to give credit where credit is due.
I don't even have hot flashes, but I'm just hot.
Oh, it's so good. I took this out at dinner, like dinner with men, you know, and they're looking at me like I'm nuts. And I just went right into it. I'm like, you don't understand.
Yeah.
You know, women of a certain age.
Oh,
Someday we're gonna do a podcast on menopause. I'll be sure to let you know.
let me know about that. I'll
Yeah,
do
to
some
avoid
research.
that.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's see. So I will say the weekend away with no children was pretty lovely.
should I turn this down?
Mm.
Oh,
That's up.
that's higher.
My husband and my mother-in-law had kid duty for the weekend, and that means that my kitchen is full, like my fridge is full of things. And
Banana pudding.
oh, she didn't get a chance to make it. She made a banana bread pound cake instead,
Okay.
but there was none left by the time I got there.
That's the story of my life with Mimi.
Yeah, all the laundry was done, sheets changed. You know,
She's so lovely.
she's the best. So
I want you to know because we dropped Justine off when we came home Sunday, and of course Samantha had to pee again, and so we go in, and of course I wanted to see everybody, and it was great. It was so fun to see everybody and to be greeted by small children, and then when we left, Samantha turned around to me when we were walking through the garage, and she was talking about Mimi, and she's like, she is stunning.
yeah, she's so beautiful.
Yeah.
She is beautiful. And then the next morning, we woke up and got the kids off to school, and she's like, "Do you want to go to breakfast?" I was like, "No."
I know your stomach was
I want to
bothering you,
sit
right?
on my couch and do nothing all day. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we
So yeah, purchases. So I feel like we're veering off the plan.
yeah, no, we're just talking about like an overall. Obviously, the knitting world and people specifically who went to the festivals this weekend have a lot to say, as do we, about how Woolen Folk in particular was handled. And we witnessed things and we saw things that we can talk about. But the number one thing is to support those small businesses. Being a small business ourselves, I mean, can you imagine if we had been vending?
What is that?
Is it your husband? It's Kevin.
You just sneezed.
Hi, Kev.
Hi, honey. Oh God, that just scared me. Like I forgot you were coming in, and
Yeah.
Oh,
So
gosh.
those small businesses. We're just talking about something totally serious, but hey,
okay, you gotta go.
I'm gonna pick your nose if you don't leave.
Oh, he would love that.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
come on.
Get out. Shoo. Shoo.
You gonna cut that out?
No,
Kidding?
I don't edit things like that.
Minimal editing.
So there were quite a few small businesses. Well, all what am I trying to say? I got distracted. by
All right,
Kevin.
I know he is distracting. Let a more experienced person take over.
Sure.
No, so it is very, very serious. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Sorry, Laura Lowenthal. If you don't know about the epic failure of Woolen Folk, I mean, I hate to say it like that, but it's pretty much what it was. Then you're in the knitting world, then you're living under a rock. Sorry, that was rude.
I'm gonna cut that out.
I don't. You're gonna cut that out?
I don't know.
So I'll leave it up to you. No, I'm not trying to insult anyone. It's just that it's been
everywhere.
all over Instagram and and Facebook presumably.
And Reddit.
Right. For those who know what Reddit is in our crowd. But it just didn't go well. We'll get into more detail later.
The point being, when we talk about what we noticed and what we'll go into more detail. However, the biggest thing that you can do right now to help those small businesses is just to follow them on social media.
Right.
Give their shops a look. I mean, we're talking about people who lost thousands of dollars because they went to a fiber festival, and that is just
and they were trying to
gross.
do they were certainly trying to do, trying to grow their business, but it is so much work vending at one of those shows. I've done it before, I've participated, and it is so much work and a huge expense. So if you don't have a good show, it's really, really disappointing and can be devastating.
Let's put it this way. There was somebody that we ran into, and we can talk about this later, before we even got into the festival. And she said, I'm not going to break even. There's no way. And I thought, it can't be that bad.
Right.
And it was worse than I ever could have imagined. I mean,
right.
not the weather. I'm not even talking about the weather, because you obviously can't control the weather.
Right.
But the lack of accessibility, the complete lack of any kind of like security plan. If there was an emergency, it would have been disastrous. The way that vendors were treated, the way that shoppers were treated, the amount we paid for it. I mean, it was
we weren't treated badly by the vendors.
No,
at all.
No, I mean, it's just a lack of concern about anybody being able to see anything. And we weren't being treated badly by our peer, like the other customers. It was just like very inconsiderate. The whole thing was just really a disaster. So if you're looking in our show notes, and I also posted this in our stories, and it will be saved in the highlight as well. There's a list that a few people have compiled some list of all the vendors with their links, because the Woolen Folk people did not do that. They had a list of all the people that would be vending, but it wasn't a clickable list. Can you believe that? So, yeah. I mean, I can believe that now after what I witnessed this weekend. But just to go, if you see something that we talk about from the people that we bought, if you can go onto their social media and like it, or just give them a follow.
You don't even have to spend money. I mean, if you do spend money, great. I'm sure they would greatly appreciate it, but you can be supportive without spending money.
Yeah, just a simple like, or if they have
like
a podcast,
or
follow them. Yeah, it's just some people just don't know that it's really such a big deal to have a little like and have a follow. It gives you the momentum to keep growing your business, and that's what these people were hoping to get from this weekend. So if we can help in any way, that's what we want to do.
Right. Absolutely. Right. So we'll talk more about that later for those who are interested.
We met so many people, so many of our friends, so I will definitely put in a little montage of pictures.
We'll talk about specific incidences. I never know what that word. Incidences.
Funny stories.
Yeah, we did. So we managed, we still at Woolen Folk, again, because of the people we met, because of the people we ran into, we definitely made the best of a bad situation. What's the matter? Are you out? Mm-hmm. I can't help you.
I don't want your coffee.
My coffee is so good.
There's so many Splendas in there. I don't know how you don't have like a...
It's so good. Stop it. Anyway.
We met people. We were able to squeeze into different places and make connections with people. And we're so excited to share some new people that we met and new companies that we purchased from.
Yeah.
And we knew really good friends that we made.
Overall, we had a very good time, but there was that we had a very good time, and we did a lot of work. And I mean, it was fun work, but it was, networking and things like that for the shop. But there was this kind of thing kind of hanging over it the whole time. It's hard. Like it's hard when, even when you're having a good time, to kind of feel good when other people are suffering. So
yeah.
Anyway, but we did. We and it's also fun, super fun to run into people that we know from home in another state. I don't know why that is so much fun.
Yeah, we see them every Tuesday and Thursday.
Like, yeah, not just that, but even for me, I had to go out of state to see people that live right here in Rhode Island. My friend Natalie, who owns a shop, Stitch Supply in Barrington, we're good friends. We've been trying to get together for months.
Oh, and that poor thing, when I saw her on Saturday, she was like, hi, where's Lori? I was like, oh, hi, Nat. Hi, Natalie.
Well, it's usually the other way around. But
yeah, it was funny. We had to separate a couple times, just mostly because Lori's able to like walk through chaos and be okay. And I get like, nope, I can't do it. And if it gets too,
I'm out.
If it gets too crowded, I would rather like just stand outside in the rain because I cannot. So a couple times I would like take off and somebody would see me and they'd be like, hi, oh, where's Lori? As if we're supposed to be like this all the time. Yes. We just walk around with our arms touching the whole time.
Conjoined.
The arm. So
I was going to say Siamese twins, but I don't think that's politically correct anymore.
I don't think so.
Good thing Siam doesn't exist anymore. Well, it does, just a different name. Anyway, so
yeah, we'll talk more about all of that when we talk about all our purchases and our people. But let's talk about our knitting, because
yes, let's.
I knit so many socks, it's crazy.
You were, I mean, if any, whoever saw her on Instagram, I can't with the walking backwards up the hill while I was. I needed oxygen.
That was brutal.
It didn't look brutal to you. For you.
It's because I'm in such good physical condition.
Oh my gosh.
That was quite the hike.
That was, yes, yet another issue.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
All right. So, Lori, what are you wearing?
So this is Hawley, Hawley. And I can't say that I knit it because I did not knit it. This was knit by Andra. And you guys have heard us talk about Andra before because we love her. She's our rep for Barocco and Lang Yarns. And she's just so generous with all the things that she's knitted. And she didn't even knit this recently, but I love it, like not so long ago. So, but Hawley is by Sarah Solomon. This is a size 54. Can't believe I'm saying that.
It's very loose.
And thank you. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so and it is knit in Barocco Ultra Alpaca, which we probably mentioned on here a few podcasts ago. We had a special Ultra Alpaca night, which was fun. I love this. It's so soft.
It's really soft. Ultra Alpaca is
ridiculous.
Lovely. Plus, this gauge is really good. It's like looser than the Felix that I knit. It's a bit looser.
Yeah, I love it. And so, just to give you an idea, so this was knit in color 6245, which is the black, and color 62100, which is the white, and 5 skeins of the black and 1 skein of the white. So it's awesome. Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah, I love the pattern. I love it.
So it's just so good. I love the fact actually that Andra and I are the same size. And so any
All right,
sweaters...
now how do you feel about that dolman sleeve?
It's a dolman sleeve?
Well, it looks like it on...
It could be that it's not quite the right size. Like maybe it's one size too big for me, but...
Because you weren't loving your sheep camp yoke. Because of the depth of the yoke.
But I feel like maybe it's because this is black. I feel like it's more forgiving.
It's definitely a looser gauge too.
Sheep camp. I don't know. There was, some extra room here that I just didn't feel was very flattering.
You almost in this kind of sweater need
to be wearing a smaller size.
No, I was going to say this oversized look is just
not great for me.
No, I love it.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, this is good. This is a really, really lovely sweater. And I'm telling you, Ultra Alpaca is The colors are stunning. I mean, I know this is black and white,
I love it.
but
It's very good.
and so soft,
Good sweater on.
not itchy. Thank you, Andra. Not itchy. So many colors and so reasonably priced.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I have to say about that.
Excellent.
All right, moving on.
Okay, you finished a hat.
Oh yes.
We've got another FO.
Where is it?
Oh boy.
Wait, I wonder why I can't find it. Here we go. Here's
This is
my
another
hat.
pattern by Andra. Hat
Yes.
in yak.
Well, the pattern isn't by Andra, but she did make this, the sweater. No, but this is
Right,
you're
right.
saying because another hat pattern. Sorry, I'm gonna shake my pom pom. So here I'm gonna take this off. This is Hat in Yak by Andra Asars.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
All right, now I
All right,
feel
now
like
let's-
wait. Oh, gotta take my hair down because I look really weird.
All right, let's talk about this because so
right,
many
hold
people
on.
have been making hats in the shop. So many people have been purchasing yarn, specifically the cashmere with the sparkle, to be able to make hats like this. And so a few things to keep in mind. Lori has a little head. And the depth of the hat, in my opinion, if you want to be able to wear it with a pom-pom, you need to be careful with this cashmere to not make the depth too slouchy, because if it's too slouchy, the pom-pom pulls it and hangs it back. So if you just keep that in mind while you're making your hat, to be aware of your slouchiness.
So I feel like Andra in the pattern has you knit from cast on to where you start the decreases. I think she says a total of 7 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I did between 6 and 6.5 inches.
Now see, I could not wear that hat. It would come up to here on me. So like, this is the thing that people get like,
Yeah.
we had a conversation with people yesterday about hats, right? If you're unsure of the person's head size or what their head is shaped like, because you just don't know, the best thing you can do is a hat with lots of ribbing, because it's going to fit everybody. But whether that slouchiness of it, with is just kind of a personal preference, and it's kind of trial and error, with your person.
It's totally trial and error. And we have been having so many of these conversations. People, a good example is the black hat, the black cashmere hat that, where the heck is it? Oh, you know what? It's right over there, Justine.
Okay. There's too many things over here.
I know. With the black cashmere hat that I made, also with cashmere light and sparkle, for me, it is a big hat, and it's true. I definitely have a smaller size head because
All right, give me that hat, that pink hat.
this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stretch it out with my big head.
There you go. It's not that bad.
Yeah, but it's like a beanie on you. Yours was like a little slouchy.
Like I have room up here and you do not.
I do not.
Still looks cute.
I look cute in pink.
So this is,
I just hate the way I look in a hat. I can't decide if I like it when it's like I couldn't be that person. Ugh. I couldn't do it.
I think it looks cute on you. Charlotte would love that hat.
Charlotte would love this hat. Too bad she's not getting a cashmere hat.
No. So this hat on me is super slouchy because of my small head, but on other people, I know. I just hit myself. Oh my goodness. Yeah, not so slouchy on Justine.
Yeah. It's still cute.
You have to admit, it's good though. They're good. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I was saying that Barbara Lyons is making that hat now, and she wanted it large and slouchy. And I told her, I said, you're going to have to she loved the way this hat fit her. So she wanted to make her hat exactly like this. And I was like, Gauge, got to pay attention to Gauge, which nobody wants to hear about. And so, and I think she tried to. I think she tried to pay attention to Gauge, but she knit much tighter than me. My gauge in this hat is 4 1/4 inches, 4 1/4 stitches to the inch. her gauge was over 5 stitches to the inch, it made a huge difference because she cast on the same number of stitches.
Why do you think yours is so much fluffier than everybody else's?
I'm awesome.
Oh, wow, am I rubbing off on you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you think it's because so many people have been like touching it? Like, I don't understand. No, it was always like
It was always like that.
It's
very fluffy. And I think part of the reason it's fluffy is because it's
fluffy.
Not as tight as many people knit.
What was the needle difference between that hat and this hat? Because that one is less, I mean, it's... Yeah,
I did this on an 8. I did this on an 8, and I did that on a 7. I don't know.
Just don't know.
Anyway, I also didn't do the ribbing as because I knew I didn't want the pom-pom to be
floopy.
Yeah, falling backwards. I did shorter, what am I saying? What am I trying to say? I did less inches before. Here we go again. I started my decreases earlier. And I did a more shallow ribbing because she does I don't know. I did less ribbing. Andra does 4 inches of ribbing, and I did 2 3/4 inches of ribbing. So take that into account. I should probably write these things down in the show notes.
You should probably have a Ravelry project page.
I probably should. I'm sorry, people.
Okay. All right, let's talk about knitting.
Okay.
I'm going to do a little
there
sock.
you have it.
I'm going to do a little sock parade, okay?
You do it.
Okay.
You
so,
go, girl.
The morning of Woolen Folk, we went to this lovely breakfast place, and Willa's, and my goal was to finish my yarnable sock. So I finished,
which you did,
sock number 1 of my yarnable Halloween sock.
You are stupidly fast.
And I did that so that I could walk and knit. Look at how cute it is. This pattern it's awesome. So good. Wow!
That sounded like me.
I should say this isn't a pattern. The colorway is so good. It's called Spellbound by Hypnotic Yarns in their October Yarnable colorway. I love the way
it is really good.
I love the way it kind of pools and dry, like spirals a little bit with the color. I don't know who I am getting like holiday inspired colors, but there you go. So I finished this one. I think I was like,
it's just a vanilla sock, right?
So
is it Crazy Sock Ladies?
It's just the one I do in my head. I don't know.
Okay.
I always put down for people. I don't follow the Crazy Sock Ladies pattern. But when people,
oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Ooh, we're not open. Ooh, oh God.
And now for a brief break.
I'm sorry, we're not open until 3. I'm sorry, we're podcasting too, otherwise I would let you in. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, bye.
All right, definitely gonna have to edit this out.
Yeah, okay. And we're back. Let's see, I'm just gonna write down the time that I have to edit that out. Okay, so I was going to breakfast and I had like maybe 10 rounds to go before I need to do my toe. So I was like, I can get that done because we were going to be there for so long. So I did.
We were there for quite a long time.
And then right away cast on, and then I haven't touched this since then, but this is what I knit on while I was walking around Woolen Folk in the rain. So go me. And on this cute little thing is this adorable apple cider donut stitch marker with the lever back because my friend Jen, she gave us these and she knows I like a lever back.
She is so sweet. Yeah.
So I have to get going on this.
Mine has a lobster claw because she knows I love that.
I have to get going on this because it's almost Halloween and I need to have my Halloween socks done by Halloween.
Seriously.
So that's one sock that I finished and worked on. And then while we were hanging out having pizza one night, I finished the first of my brother-in-law David's
Don't pay attention to what I'm doing. It's just for myself.
Oh. Good Lord.
I don't know if I realized that you finished that.
I finished it while we were at the pizza party. So this
Oh.
is David's
Christmas
Woolens
sock?
and Nosh, one of his Christmas socks. This is the colorway Sunfish. Yeah,
Yep.
Sunfish. I saw this at the Woolens and Nosh booth and I was like, eek, I have that. Thanks to Laura Ross. So these are for David. I love them. So I have one done. Got that done this weekend. And then while we were at Rhinebeck, I was in a booth that was a farm. It was called the Cardigan Farm. And I have all the links to any purchases that I made down below. But I saw this ball of yarn and I think you took the tag, didn't you?
Yes.
And it's by Lanes du Nord, which means wool of the north. And it came, I don't want to take it out of my little bag, but it's basically I really don't want to take it out. I'm not taking it out, sorry. It's basically kind of like one of those perfect sock sets. So it comes in a ball, and you can either, if you're doing, there's directions. It says if you're doing toe up to pull from the outside, and if you're doing cuff down to pull from the inside. So I'm doing cuff down, so I'm pulling from the inside. And there's a white line, and you cast on at the white line, and then a white part of the string of the yarn is white. And when you find that white section, that's where you cast on, is after the white section. And then you just go and go and go and go and go. And it allows for excess, so that based on your foot size or however long you knit the cuff and the foot, it doesn't matter. So I cast this on the night before we went to Rhinebeck on Sunday. And then was it Sunday? Yeah, it was
Wait
Sunday.
a second.
I knit this on Sunday.
Right, because you got it at Rhinebeck.
Because I got it at Rhinebeck on Saturday. So I had knit, pretty much straight through the heel.
Look how awesome it is.
So there's versions of this that are striped, and then there's versions that are painted like a gradient. And this is that painted gradient. Is it even? Oh, it is 10. I was like, wow. So mine started with this super, super light greenish with yellow and pink splotches, and then it's gonna go into this gorgeous blue that is just so
it's really
awesome.
pretty.
I'm just really in love with it. And of course I'm holding it in this little bag that I got at Rhinebeck on Saturday.
I have
that is called from Cottontail Farm.
Oh, right.
And so it's an Etsy shop. And I absolutely, I love this bag. My sister said, were you wearing like a knitting fanny pack? I was like, kind of. And everybody thought I was cool. So it has a snap and a leather handle. So I snapped it to my crossbody purse and I just walked around knitting, and it was awesome. It's holding the cake so nicely so that everything comes out, and this ball has been really easy to knit from. I mean, it's really just been a pure delight, and I'm loving this. And so I had started a pair of socks for my mother-in-law for Christmas, because the box of socks for Christmas. I had started a pair for my mother-in-law. Isn't it so cute? I also got a sticker from them. I know we're not doing purchases, but
I know. I'll show mine later.
all right, I just want to
according to the plan.
I just want to show my little sticker. Look at the little
Oh, it's so
rainbow
cute.
sheep. It's adorable.
So cute.
So cute. So I started a pair of socks for my mother-in-law over the summer, and I was not loving the pattern that I had chosen. So I pulled it out. Not that it was a bad pattern. I just find I prefer to make a vanilla sock. I just rather make a vanilla sock. So these are going to be for Mimi. The only problem is that she has really tiny feet, so I'm going to hope that I get a little bit of that dark blue, which I'm getting darker. So.
Yeah, I feel bad because like maybe it'll be better. Like you can't even appreciate how good it's gonna look. Like, you know what I mean? Like once it goes to this darker blue, it's just gonna be so good.
So what was funny was I saw this in the booth, and I'm a sucker for sock yarn.
So needless to say,
but wait, I want to tell them what you're
okay.
I know what you're about to say.
Of course you do.
I was standing there, and the way that the person that owned the booth had it set up, it was right with other yarns that we have in the shop. So there was a section of Noro, and there was a section of Juniper Moon,
right?
And then there was this, and I thought, So I bought it, and I brought it over to her, and I was like, look at this! And Dawn was like, yeah, because they have it in painted, and they have it in striping. And the striping was so cool because it was like stripes and then thick sections and then stripes and then a little thinner and then stripes and then thin. And so it was like really changing, and it keeps your interest. Stuff like this really, I mean, I have just been motivated by the color. It's just really beautiful. So I show Lori, and she's like, I can get that. And I'm like, yes. And Dawn and I were like, yeah. So this, I'm going to nag her until she orders this. Okay?
Right.
Nag.
Yes. So we'll be getting that in. And when we get it in, you will all know about it.
Yeah.
I can promise you.
It feels really great too. It's a 75-25. It's really, it's lovely. Okay. Now you go.
Any more socks?
That's all the socks that I have to share. I need to go get a drink of water.
Okay. You do that. Yeah. Let's see. What do I have? What?
That bag is empty.
Yeah. So I don't have a ton to show for whips. This is my cute new bag from Krista Jekyll. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right. Krista Jekyll. Okay. And we met her, and we can talk more about it later. She was so lovely.
Did you get a new wallet?
No, that's someone else's wallet who left it here.
Oh, okay.
In case you didn't hear that, Justine just said, did you get a new wallet? Because someone left a wallet here. Anyway, so we got this new yarn in, which will be up on the website today. Shortly. From Wool Addicts, which is by Lang Yarns. And do I have my tag? I don't have my tag. But we got it literally Wednesday, the day before we left for Rhinebeck. And I was like, well, I love this, and I need to make a quick sample. So I'm pretty close to being done. I'd say a few more inches. It's lovely.
It's bulky, super bulky.
Yeah, nope, bulky. So it's bulky weight, and I believe it's 90
in a chainette.
Yes, and I believe it's 92% wool and 8% nylon, and it's lovely.
What's the pattern that you're doing?
So thank you, Johnny Carson. The pattern is called the Intersect Cowl, and it couldn't be more simple. I just did a long tail cast on. You can do whatever cast on you want. And here, I'll bring it in even closer for Stephanie Gale. And
there's little dashes in it that are so cute.
There are little pops, little dots, if you will.
This is one that was open.
They are so pretty, and it's so soft and squishy. And this is so easy. It'll make a great holiday gift, a great Christmas gift, a great Hanukkah gift, a great Kwanzaa gift. I'm not sure. I feel like for Kwanzaa they give gifts, but I'm not sure.
Lots of colors.
Yes.
Also a motivating yarn because...
Yes, because the colors change, so it just keeps you going. So did I say that it's called Mystery?
Yeah, it's 92%
That's the name of the yarn.
8% nylon. Did you only need one ball?
No, I think I'm going to have to break into a second ball. But then if you get 3 balls, you'll be able to make two of them easily.
Right,
so,
and you could also probably make a hat with the...
Yes, and so the next thing that I will be making with this yarn is a hat, because it's going to be so good.
Yeah.
So what can I say? I love color changing yarns, like Justine was saying about her sock with the Lane du Nord, or the Line du Nord. I'm not really sure how it's pronounced, but it just keeps your interest. So there's that. All you need to know how to do is cast on, knit, and purl, and bind off. That's it. This is on a 16-inch 10.5. So that's one of my whips.
Okay.
How about you?
I worked on this a little bit since last time. It's just taking forever. Let's see. I have my notes from the hotel lobby of how many stitches I'm supposed to have between markers. And this is my No Frills pullover by Petite Knit in Hedgehog Fibers Tweedy in the Bliss colorway. I absolutely love it. It's so soft. I think I'm like still quite a ways away from separating for sleeves. I mean, it's like you do the raglan increases forever. And at one point I thought I mathed wrong, and I kind of had a bit of a panic attack, and then I realized I can't be wrong, and I wasn't.
What was I thinking?
What was I thinking? I'm not wrong. This is like kind of mindless at this point.
It's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be good. I really just want to get to the point where I can just not have to thinking about any increases, and that's kind of where I'm being held up. I was worried that I was gonna see some kind of yarn while we were away, that I was gonna be like, oh my god, I want to cast on a sweater, I have to have that, I want to get that. And I didn't feel that way with any sweater things, which
you mean something that I don't carry in the shop?
Yeah, or just like in general. I just didn't. I think I need to finish some things that I have going, and I made a list of all the socks that I have left yet to finish, and so that's sort of where I'm at.
Where you're at?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's got socks on the brain. So yeah, but I do still really love this, and I worked on it for a few inches.
It's gorgeous, and
the yarn is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. And
sometimes
it's so cozy.
Yeah.
But that's another thing. I'm also like, oh, well, I don't want it to be another sweater that I don't finish for this season.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that and my sweater 23, I really want to be able to wear that.
Doable. Yeah.
Totally.
So that's the thing. You have to stop casting on new things. Except
socks. I'm allowed to cast on as many socks as I want.
Yes, you are.
However, I do have I really, 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 really want I really want to use that.
Oh. To make a night shift?
Yeah, I really want to do that.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. And I have one more thing that I worked on in the car ride on the way up. On the way up to Rhinebeck.
Mm-hmm.
Lori drove for most of the way, and then I drove the rest of the way, much to Samantha's chagrin.
But then she got over it.
She was like, I don't like crazy drivers. And I was like, I love driving Lori's car.
We had the best time on we were a good riding crew, don't you think?
Totally.
It was myself, Justine, my daughter, Sam.
And our friend Dawn.
And Dawn.
I had such a good time with Dawn.
I know.
She and I had such a fun roommate experiences. We were, I forgot to tell Dawn that I sleepwalk and sleep talk. So the next morning, on the last morning, she was like, I'm so sorry I kept you up. I was like, I have no idea what we're talking about. She's like, you were telling me Dawn. And I was like, oh, I was just talking in my sleep. She was like,
you did that last year.
I do sleepwalk and talk, but I should have told her. All right, so this is my DK Jelly Roll Blanket. So this is a pattern by K. Shoot, I'm gonna put it on paper on the screen.
Show notes, yeah. Show notes.
It'll be on the screen with the picture of the blanket. But I'm following the Crazy Sock Lady's directions because you knit strips and then you knit more strips while attaching. But the way that Kay from the Crazy Sock Lady, she has these directions for how to create this like rib when you connect that, which just looks so,
it looks really cool.
Really, really nice. So I put my marker here because this is the last one I was working on the last time. So since it's kind of hard to show, but since the last
Can I help
time,
you?
sure, I knit the rest of these blues and greens, and then I started back down here, and I'm doing some yellows and orangey pinks. And so my plan is to keep the colors similar in the strips. So this is obviously my pink and purple strip, and then I've got a blue and green strip, and now I'm doing an orangey yellow peach strip. And I'm just gonna keep going like that with all my scraps of things.
It's gonna be so good.
I love it. I don't think I had cast off, but it's definitely not long enough. So I have these on little barber cords that I'm gonna go back and add more, because that's the beauty of it. You just keep going
It looks awesome.
until it's as long as you want it to be.
So wait, are you in the strips, like, so you have color schemes for the strips and then you're just repeating the colors, or no?
All of these are new. This is all,
So every single color is a new color.
yeah. So I have in my Hokey Locatelli bag, it's hard to see, but those are my little minis. And I just kind of pull out and I look at it and I'm like, okay, what could go after this color? Maybe this color. And then that's it.
It's awesome.
Some of them are from these row 1 minis that people have given to me, and others are scraps of mine from old projects or other little minis that I've had in my stash for a long time. I mean, this is a mini from a set that I made something with, and this, I barely used any of it. So I have all sorts of like scraps all over my house. My poor husband.
He doesn't seem to mind too much.
He doesn't mind. I love this section here where I have, got 3 next to each other, because
It's really good.
The way it lays flat, it's like really fun. So Charlotte was sitting next to me on the couch the other day, and I was working on this, and she took it and she was like, "It's my blankie," and I was like, "Give it back to Molly." It's mine. I'm so evil. But yeah, it's really fun. Although I will say, when you go to attach to the next one, like you knit across and then you have to keep one stitch on hold while you pick up the loop of the center that you're connecting it to, and because of that I'm like kind of like stabbing it into my finger, and it does kind of hurt my hand a little bit when I go to do that, just because it's like 4 strands of yarn together that you're knitting together.
So it's hard.
Eventually it's not something that I can do for like a long period of time. However, I knit for like 3 hours in the car ride on it. So I guess that's not exactly true.
It's lovely, and it's going to be fantastic when it's finished.
It's nothing that I'm rushing to do, just something that I did work on.
I don't know if I want to, I'm practically positive actually that I don't want to do that blanket. I think it's just too much planning for me. But I do want to do a scrappy project.
You need to learn how to crochet.
You think I need to learn how to crochet?
I actually think you would really like a scrappy stripy blanket.
Oh, I mean, I know I would.
Yeah.
And for blankets, I've actually grown to really love granny squares.
Yeah.
And so there's a part of me that really does want to learn how to crochet, but that means taking time away from knitting, and I don't know if I can deal with that.
I think for you though, it would just be spending time doing a crafty thing, which I think for you is so therapeutic that it wouldn't, I mean, it's therapeutic for everybody, but I mean, like, you spend so much time here doing like work that
Right.
like, I think that it would be good. Don't put that on your phone.
Why? What difference does it make?
I don't think you should.
I really don't think it makes a difference. I'm leaving it there.
Nitty Natty is doing a thing as she's traveling through the US and getting skeins of yarn, and she's making a hexie blanket.
I
a
love
crochet
those.
blanket.
I love
It
them.
is so cool. I'll show you a picture.
Yeah,
of it.
I think
her picture's awesome.
actually, I think every time I see, I don't know, I'm really attracted to hexagons. So every time I see the crocheted hexagon blankets, I'm like, I would really love to do that. So maybe I could just learn to do
look
that.
how awesome that
I
is.
love it. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
her.
I saw it.
It's so
She
cute, right?
was lovely.
I know. We'll talk more about it.
Yeah.
All right. You have one
We're
more.
running out of time.
No, we're not.
No, I guess not. No, we got another hour or so.
Your whip. your
My
sweater?
other WIP is, yes, I have worked a tiny bit on it. You guys are probably going to get sick of seeing this over the next year.
Stop saying that. Nobody cares.
What happened here? Oh, am I in the middle of oh, goodness gracious. I got to fix that action so I don't lose my marker. So yes, so this is my Edith that I will be working on for a while, but I have to tell you, I really, 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 really love it. Of course, I'm not at the end of a row.
EcoSoft. And we just got in a new shipment yesterday.
Finally.
So we have 6 colors. So, sorry, 5 colors of the EcoSoft and 5 colors of the Eco Baby from Isayer.
Let me okay, here we go. So, let's see. So, over the weekend, yeah, I knit about an inch, but I was also working on that cowl. I love it.
Yeah, it's so good.
I can't describe. So for those of you who, I guess I should talk about it a little bit for anybody who hasn't seen it before, the pattern is Edith. It is a kind of longish cardigan with no buttons, just an open cardigan with optional patch pockets. And, it'll go down like below my butt, I guess. And this is something that Gail and Laura had made before, and I was like, I'm gonna make that someday because I love long cardigans, and someday I'm gonna finish it, and if I can wear it this season, that will be lovely. But awesome. I love it.
Yeah,
it's very, very easy.
I loved the ladies tagging the EcoSoft yesterday. Like each one of them, anytime they would pick it up, ooh, this is nice. Ooh,
ooh,
this is nice.
Ooh, scissor.
So soft.
So yeah, I just love it. You should look up it's Isayer, ISAGER, EcoSoft. It's been used for a lot of different projects. I highly recommend that you look it up on Ravelry and check it out because we love it.
All right, before we dive into all of our experiences from the weekend in more detail, a few things. All of the Blue Sky Fibers kits that we shared last week are all online with pictures and linked down below. The Isayer is back in stock, as we said, and then we also got these new kits in that are gonna fly out of here. These are from Madeline Tosh and Della Q. They're called the Holiday Half C kits. So each one of them, and there's 3 options, comes in this Oh Snap Della Q cube bag with handle. And
these bags are awesome.
Yeah, they're so good. And also a pattern card and 4 half skeins of yarn dyed exclusively for these kits. So, oh no, don't fall out. So with the kit, you get this pattern that's called the Forever Crescent Shawl. It's a really simple pattern with a long, narrow crescent with a flounce edging that uses all of the 4 half skeins of each of the holiday half sets. Each set comes packaged in the bag with 4 skeins of Tosh Merino Light and a pattern postcard for the Knitted Forever shawl and a bonus crochet shawl pattern available. So this one is the colorway Yeti.
This is your favorite, right? It's what comes
in the blue bag.
Yep.
I love it.
So good.
So that's what comes.
No wasted yarn.
Yeah. In the green.
And then I love this. They give you like a little gift tag because I guess they assume that you're going to make it as a gift for someone else. So they give you this cute little gift tag.
That's what's in the blue. In the green bag, you get the colorway called White Elephant.
That's my favorite. I'm sure you're shocked.
And the tag is the leg lamp.
I love that. That is so cute. It's so cute.
So cute. And then the red bag is called spiked punch. And the yarn is just, I mean, obviously it's Tosh Light. It's beautiful. So this is the colorway Spiked Punch.
Ah, love.
Really beautiful.
There's not a
So
bad one in the bunch.
Oh, and this is the tag that goes with Spiked Punch.
Spiked Punch.
Spiked Punch. So the pattern is included on the back of your card, and a little QR code here for a crochet pattern as well. And so those are available. They're $100.
How cute.
They're so cute.
But these bags are,
You know what? The shawl is a gift, and then the bag is a gift to you. Or if you have knitters or crocheters in your life, you buy the whole kit and hand it to them and say, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate.
That's right.
And then you're
Happy
good to go.
birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy
So
Thanksgiving.
these, just to let you know, if I wanted to order more of them, I can't. They're sold out. Because I think shop owners saw them and thought, these are awesome. And everybody ordered a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So that's
anything else? Was that it?
Yeah, like we have new things in the store, but we're
going to save it
we're
for
gonna save it
next time.
If you thought Woolen Folk was a disaster, come look at the Skein Yarn Shop, because we are.
It's a little messy.
It's a mess. We're back.
And we're back.
Okay, well, that's okay, because we were literally just about to start talking about all of our things that we purchased and our experience and everything. So,
where to begin? I know.
Woolen Folk. So we arrived up at the lake. Oh my God, I can't. We arrived
Up
at
the
our
lake.
hotel on Thursday afternoon.
Yes.
And we adventured out to a lovely dinner on Thursday night, and I can't remember the name of it.
I know. Why am I having...
I took a picture of the...
Oh, Ship to Shore.
Ship to Shore.
Ship to Shore. That's where we went, in Kingston, right on the waterfront.
And it was right next door to the Yarn Farm Yarn Shop. So we went...
Yarn Farm Kingston, right?
Yep. And we went and enjoyed we had a lovely bit of some cocktails. And
A lovely bit of
some cocktails at the Ship to Shore restaurant. What did we eat? How can I not remember what I ate that night? Because
I can't remember what I had
the
for
most
breakfast.
delicious pineapple cosmopolitan.
Oh, did we both have that?
I had a salad and I had tuna avocado stacks.
Oh yeah, that was
and
good.
It was delicious. Yeah, it was really good. It was a lovely restaurant, really loud.
Extremely loud.
Really
I am not, I'm trying to turn this thing off. I am not even going to try to remember what I ate because nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody cares, but it was really good.
It was.
And then we went next
It
door
was very,
to
very loud.
to the Yarn Farm, and that place
Was
amazing.
awesome.
It was
all
a
right, so I have all my
yarn
cards.
shop with a bar
Yes.
inside it.
It was fantastic.
It was very good.
And the owners were Todd and oh gosh, I feel really bad. Although I talked mostly to Todd. Anyway, I'm sure I have the card. And Yarn Farm Kingston, and it was just the cutest place.
Yeah.
And they had great yarns and great accessories and a bar. A wine
Yeah.
bar. A wine bar.
And you know what? Lots of yarns that we stock, but one of the things I love the most about going to these events is seeing how people display things.
Yes.
That's always,
I feel like we need more baskets. Do you feel that way?
yeah, I feel like we need more tabletops though, but
I know.
there's no location for it.
That's the thing.
I mean,
It's tough because
It's tough
people
because of
love
this
the
table.
layout. Yeah, it's tough because of this massive table we have in the middle of our shop.
and it's the touchstone, if you will, of our shop.
gosh.
We totally used that word incorrectly.
Yes, we did.
Tell us later, okay?
I've got nothing to say.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
I'm just wondering how long you're going to look away from the camera at me.
Oh my goodness. Goodbye.
So then on Friday, we had a plan to get up and go to
He's still there.
breakfast at Willa's. I want to call it Tilly's every time.
Yes.
Willa's was amazing. First of all.
Really good.
Delicious coffees.
Yes.
And the man who is the owner comes, I heard one of the people that work there say that he comes in every morning at 2 a.m. and bakes.
Oh, he was the owner?
He was the owner and the baker. He bakes
2 a.m.
every single thing. She said he gets here at 2, he bakes everything fresh, and he stays until closing every single day.
When does he sleep?
And the food was spectacular.
He must not have
amazing.
a family.
Well, maybe he has a family.
I don't know.
Maybe they all work there. It was awesome.
Maybe.
So we arrived really early. We did not know.
He must not have a family.
We did not know what we were doing. You're very offensive today.
I didn't mean that. That's not offensive.
I'm just kidding.
I just mean that he's so dedicated.
He's so dedicated.
Great guy again.
Yeah. And so we got there really early, probably around 9-ish.
Yes.
So parking.
Yes, because we were really worried about parking.
They made a big stink about it, saying it was going to be very difficult, and man, were they correct. So
I was just, I was worried about all of us, but I was really worried about Sam because, I mean, I don't want to treat her like she's like an invalid because she's pregnant, but I know she gets really tired. Yeah. And I was like, the last thing she's going to want is a long walk, like a super long walk back to the car.
And we did not want to take a shuttle. We were like anti-shuttle, not
I just didn't want to be dependent upon someone else for our transportation.
We got there before the like food vendors had set up in that like alley. It was not clear where anything was. I didn't even see the food. Like while we were in there, I didn't even see any food.
Yeah.
And we didn't eat. We were starving, so we had to go to Burger King.
Yes. So wait, so this is good.
So we drove up to where it was, asked some security guards where we should park. They directed us probably
to a church parking
like a half a mile away to a church parking lot.
Yes, more than a half a mile away, up a massive hill.
But it was downward on the way there, so
yes.
It was raining.
Yes.
We got our umbrellas, and some people wore raincoats, but not I.
Not a coat the entire time.
I never wore a coat. I hate coats. And I had bought a coat specifically for this.
I know.
But I just didn't want to wear it. It was too bulky. So we got to Willa's and we claimed a table for 6 because in addition to the two of us, Dawn and Sam, Sam's mother-in-law and sister-in-law, Debbie and Julie, joined us as well this weekend. And so they were there for breakfast with us, and we claimed that table like it was nobody's business.
That's right. And it was really, really smart.
Really good because
there was only one group there. I feel like there was only one big group there ahead of us, and they were much bigger than us.
Well, remember? And then eventually all of our Rhode Island Skein Yarn Shop friends started showing.
Going back to college.
And they
that's right.
And
all
that was
of our
great
Skein
because
Yarn Shop
everybody
friends.
kind of had a place to put their things, and we took turns sitting and whatever. So
because
that was
by
really
that
nice.
point all the chairs in the place were taken up.
And then all of a sudden people were panicking about backpacks because supposedly somewhere it said something about backpacks.
No backpacks.
And she and I both had backpacks.
And
so
we were like, guess what?
Nervous sort of about that, but
I wasn't really nervous. I was like,
I'm wearing my backpack.
I was like, my backpack can also be a purse. It has little handles on it. And I was like, there's no way they can enforce that.
And then people started leaving at like 11:30-ish to go wait in line. And we were like,
we're not waiting
in the line.
Yeah.
So we missed out on something because a lot of people were posting and talking about how horrendous that was. Yeah. There was one person, there were 4 entrances, but they only showed one. No, because once again, no map. Because once again, they didn't know what it was going to be like. Vendors were showing up on Thursday to set up, and they were told, oh, well, just find a spot. And then other vendors were told they were going to be outside, even though they were told as of the day before you weren't going to be outside. So people had no idea. Some people paid different amounts based on the size. However, some people that paid the same amount as other people were shoved into corners. I think about that. The ladies with the book. That you spoke to in Japanese.
Oh, Amarisu.
Amarisu.
Yes.
They had paid for a booth. and they were put on a
They were
table
shoved into a corner
by an
on the
exit
second floor
Mhm.
by an exit.
where people were literally, Lori and I were standing there talking with them, and people were literally like, could not get by. Wheelchair accessibility was
Someone yelled at me.
horrendous.
Yeah.
Horrendous. And everybody was, by midday, I mean, it started at noon, but by like 2:00, miserable because there
It was
was no
so
way to
hot
go.
inside.
You couldn't get in. I feel terrible. There were people on the 5th floor of one of the buildings, and the elevator that carried maybe 5 or 6 people,
Maybe.
a very slow elevator, who even went up there. There were people who their booths were intentionally set up in front of fire exits because there was just no space. It was unbelievably badly laid out. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on and on. I have never been more uncomfortable in a place like that where you're supposed to be having fun.
I'm surprised
and
that we
shopping.
stayed as long as we did, to be honest with you, but we just wanted to support people. You know, there was stuff that there were people that we had planned on seeing. There were people we had not planned on seeing, but then we bumped into, and it was,
Yeah, so well, let's talk a little bit. It was bad, but we wanted to.
We
support
tried
our
to make the
people.
best
so,
of it,
Lori,
and we did.
most of my purchases came from Woolen Folk, and that was how I was last year, and I'm really disappointed because last year's Woolen Folk was such a highlight for me. I mean, I know that there were still accessibility issues. I know there were still problems. I know it wasn't perfect. You know, somebody said,
But it was nirvana compared to this year.
There was no music. There was no.
Apparently there was
podcasters-
music, but I don't remember
where the
hearing it.
podcasters were sitting was literally in the muddiest section at the bottom of a hill, and it looked so gross that you couldn't even like you wouldn't dare go in there.
No, it was like, I keep saying this, it was like Woodstock. Like, you know all those pictures that you've seen of Woodstock in 1969 with the mud?
Our friend Sarah was there, and she's a nursing mother, so she had to bring her pump. She literally carried her pump on her back,
and it was, and
somebody
she was
said
brilliant.
to her, "There's no place for you to pump except the bathroom." Which, by the way, the
bathroom
Would
that
you
we were
eat-
in was gross.
would you eat in a bathroom? No. So you should not be
Ugh.
expecting that someone would nurse their. Well, she didn't have her baby, but like
Right,
pump
but
for her
pump.
baby. I mean, unbelievable. So she ended up having, and sorry, Sarah, if this is, she shared it online.
Okay, good.
She shared this online as something like I
Right.
was a pumping mother. I do understand how embarrassing and not embarrassing, but how personal that is, and that some people are not as comfortable as others.
Right.
Sarah's very comfortable, but she should not have had to sit in the mud in order to pump her for her baby. Like it was really a disservice, and my mother was handicapped, both using a cane and also
wheelchair,
at times a
right?
wheelchair. Those people could not get anywhere. The safety, if they even could get anywhere, people couldn't even move to let them get to a booth. So it was like not worth it. Plus the amount of money that we paid. There was,
oh my gosh,
the
it
lack
was
of
very
food,
expensive.
the lack of music, the lack of concern for anybody's safety.
Right.
This is nothing to do with the weather. The location was inappropriate.
Yeah, I think it just wasn't, it just doesn't seem like it was well researched. And it doesn't, and it also seems like not a lot of thought went into it.
And the people, and how upset people are now, and rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming from a standpoint of feeling empathy for these vendors and for the people who couldn't get to places, but we also, I forgot where I was going to go with that. We also want to be able to be supportive, and we're like at the low end of the like where it was a bother to people.
Right,
Do you know what I mean? Like it was inconsequential in the grand scheme of who was affected by it. We're at the bottom. But still, the fact that no email was sent out that day saying, we're so sorry for how this went down.
Yeah.
You know, that goes a long way. An apology, I mean, and now so a statement was written very poorly.
The comments were turned
off, and then that statement was taken down.
Yeah.
So it's really disheartening for something that's supposed to be just so fun. It really was a disaster. That being said, we managed to make some
the best of it, and definitely some purchases and some friends. We made some really great new friends. So.
Okay, so last year we were coveting these Krista Jekyll bags. So Lori got her little one, and I got this little pink one with the little things. These are hand carved stencils, and then hand painted.
Are they stencils or stamps?
Stamps.
Okay. No, I just wanted to know.
And Krista could not have been more lovely.
She was
a bunch
so
of her
lovely.
bags were destroyed or damaged due to the weather. She was in a booth outside. Another lady that she was with helped her create a gutter system to get the water away from things. But I mean, you can imagine the mess when you're selling fiber things and bags.
They
and
had
it's pouring rain.
They
were
had
in
shower curtains. They had to go to Target or someplace, and I mean, it was brilliant, frankly. But
because the tents had no backing,
they had no sides, right? And then there was cardboard across,
which she said she had to beg people for the
cardboard. That's right.
Because
she had to beg people to empty their boxes so that she could have the boxes to make like a makeshift floor to cover the mud.
And she had shower tarps on the ground and then the cardboard on top so people wouldn't slip. It was, and she was so positive.
I was just going to say that. They all had an amazing attitude. You know, all things considered, I think the vendors had, you know, all of them positive attitudes, you know, at least while they were there. And I think that says a lot about them, and we're grateful. I hope the vendors know that we're grateful for what they did.
Yeah.
That's what I really hope.
I agree. Because it was awful for them. I felt, and you could see it on their faces. Like you could see
the strain, and they were tired, and
it was, and I think that had it been a nice day, it would have still been a disaster. The mud wouldn't have been a problem.
The mud wouldn't have been an issue, but it still would have been dirty,
crowded.
Yes, and hot, and
I mean,
still,
almost...
I think the accessibility issue for people who are disabled, and people in wheelchairs, you know, people who had crutches, I think that is at the forefront of everybody's minds, and had the weather not been as bad as it was, it would have been even more.
How about the parking lot for the, if you had a handicap license plate?
Oh, right.
It fit 10 cars.
That's right.
10 cars.
Yeah. So.
Ridiculous. Anyway, sorry to keep going on to that. We made our way through a few areas. There was a place that I really wanted to go to, but I was so overwhelmed that we went in there. It was the Marionated Yarns booth.
Yes.
Marion was completely lovely.
And also Mary, the designer.
Oh yes, she does reversible knitting.
Yes.
Right here.
Yep.
So she kind of like pioneered this idea of reversible knitting, and her stuff was spectacular. And Marion's yarn, I mean, talk about perfection in terms of like gradiating colors. And
it was
really beautiful. So I was disappointed because I
think we thought we were going to be able to get back there, and we just
couldn't get back over that direction.
We couldn't.
And by the time we got over there, it was sopping wet inside there. I mean, I can't.
And then another person in that same tent was Susie from Fiber MacGyver,
who I love.
Yes.
I love her, and we are going to have her come to the store. She has I can't recall like the name of what that thing is. It's like a
trailer, but it's like a
hatch. It's like a rounded.
It was
camper.
the coolest thing.
So beautiful.
It even had a toilet.
It had a toilet, which she
showed us. She asked us first, and I said, absolutely.
Yeah.
I
So
want to see that.
she had all these crates full of yarn, and then she would put everything back in, and it's a bed, and it's awesome. So Susie was lovely. She was so lovely.
Yes.
Telling her,
she had the best glasses.
Just telling her that I loved her stuff, and she was like, that means so much to me. I mean, it was just so genuine, and you could really tell that she loves what she does. And so we're going to work with her to have her come to the shop. And then we made our way to another booth, another inside area, and I found a new dyer to me that I had never seen before, and her aesthetic was just everything that I could hope for. Like, think neons and crazy
amazing speckles. Yeah.
And
there it is.
And it's Teal Torch Knits out of Portland, Oregon. And she was sort of shoved in a corner. I'm sure.
But I think grateful to be inside.
I was just going to say, I'm sure very grateful to be inside. And so before I left for Rhinebeck, I looked at my stash and my single sock skeins, and I said, I have lots of pinks and I have lots of purples. I don't have a lot of blues and greens, so this has purple in it.
That could not be more gorgeous.
It's stunning. Didn't you get something from this too?
I did not.
Oh, I thought you had.
Because my MO when I go to stuff like this, a lot of the time is that I will go and look at everything, and then I will make a second round, and that just was not happening this time. And then I also I want everything, or if not everything.
You own a yarn store,
and so
it's hard. It's hard.
It's hard. I nowadays I take a serious think, and not that you do not, but it's like, am I going to be able to, I mean, I loved her yarn. I absolutely loved it.
I would love to have a trunk show with her stuff because it was spectacular. Yeah. So she could not have been more lovely. She was lovely. Christina? Is that right? I think I'm right. Maybe I could have made that up. Teal Torch Knits.
I feel like you're right.
Then we went around the corner and saw the fellas from Les Garçons.
Yes. Oh, right. Not that yet. Yeah. So I really had my sights set. Oh, here it is. Christina.
Oh, yes.
Yep. You're good. You're good. Here it is. Here's her card.
And all these shops are posted below.
Yes, there was no way I was not meeting Max and Vincent from Les Garçons.
Now, Lori did the test knit for the Moon Bumps wrap. So she,
were you wearing it? Right here. Oh yeah, I was wearing it.
So she was wearing it.
And I got a lot of compliments on it, which was so nice.
This is made out of Fua, and also
it's Max's design.
So we have chatted with Max quite a bit.
Via email,
through Instagram. And so we were excited to meet him, and he knew exactly who we were.
I know. I love that for us.
Loves that for me too.
Yes.
And
Vincent as well.
Yes, I didn't get to talk to Vincent. I only got to speak with Max, but
he was lovely.
So nice, and we ran into our friends Kevin and Ray over there,
yes,
who were meeting with people. It was insane. However,
yeah,
that was a bar.
Yes,
right there.
Yes, there was.
I squished my little body over to that bar and said, "Give me a beer, please." In which Ray promptly said, "Oh, you got me a beer," and took a big gulp. So Ray, if you got my colds,
yeah,
I don't want
good luck with that.
But yeah, it was really nice, and you were able to get.
So I had really wanted to get my hands on their newest yarn, which is a collab with Walcott yarn.
Fluff. It's a sport weight.
And it is, let's see, 219 yards, 50 grams, 55% baby alpaca, 18% fine merino wool, 17% mulberry silk, 10% yak, and I love this, 100% dreamy. And you know what? That is no false advertising, because really all I want to do is just like
rub it.
yeah, not to be gross, but
I hugged the wall of EcoSoft yesterday, so
Oh my
it's fine. It's fine.
this is stunning, and I can't wait to. I just got, one skein of the yarns that I wanted so that I could play with it on different needle sizes, and I'm super excited because I will have this in the shop.
Yeah.
And don't worry, you will all know about it when I get it. So
That booth was really well stocked, but I felt for them because the people that were working for them, their like back stock was in a whole, like was sometimes in their vehicles.
right.
And they had to keep going back and forth. I mean, but at the same time, it was a much bigger space than other people had. So
Right.
it was,
Right.
it just the whole, I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
happy for them, but I'm also sad for all the others who didn't get the same
right.
experience. But it was
Yes.
nice to be able to see our friends and get the things that you wanted to get. What other things
Yeah,
did you
so
get from
I
them?
also got from Walcart Yarns, because they shared a booth with like our sewn. This is Opus, which I believe is also sport weight. I'm almost positive. And
70% Argentinian merino and 30% baby alpaca and 100% awesome. It's 100 grams at 384 yards.
Yeah.
So yeah.
so yeah, sport weight. So yeah, and this color is evergreen,
Oh god,
and
it's so soft.
lovely.
That'll make a nice hat.
Mm-hmm. So I got that, and then also this was also the other thing that I had to get a skein of. This is am I pronouncing it right? Les garçons? Les
Les
garçons?
garçons.
Les garçons?
Hey, garçon.
All right, sorry, did not take French.
I did.
So
The British 4-ply.
yes,
That's a tiny label. 76% BFL wool and 20
5% mash 'em.
75-25, sorry.
Yeah,
Non-superwash fingering. Nice.
yeah. So there's also their British DK, which I also wanted to get but did not because
It was overwhelming over there.
because I had to get out of there. It was
Yeah.
so crowded.
When you were in there, I was outside in
Yeah.
the rain.
That's right. So I can't wait to cake these up and play around with them.
Then we went up the stairs there, and we found some people that we saw some people that we knew, and we wandered into a booth quite on accident that we were able to squish our way in there.
Right.
And in the booth on the right hand side there was this, I found mine,
Oh, good.
this
Jewelry.
lovely jewelry and all kinds of jewelry. So there were bookmarks and there were earrings and there were necklaces and pendants, and in addition to these really awesome stitch marker necklaces. So it's a long chain with a lobster claw, and attached to the lobster claw are more lobster claw stitch markers. So Lori got the square version.
I'm
And
gonna
so
take
these
them
were
off.
we met our friend Keisha
Keisha.
here. And this is Simply Vintage Design Co. or Simply Vintage Designs.
Design, yeah.
And so Keisha's a photographer, and she takes these photos. Sorry.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah.
She takes these photos and then she has them she puts them on these gorgeous
Look at this.
pieces of jewelry.
Like, our photos are amazing.
Yeah.
The colors.
We're terrible at this part of the podcast.
Oh, God.
Rest it against your hand so it stops shaking. There you go. They're so beautiful. Was that a poppy? I've got
think
woods,
so.
and I have an up close of a beautiful spring tree. Mine are all
I think
trees.
this is a meadow. Hold on.
Oh, they're just so cute. So you can, mine has, oh, I didn't realize it. Mine has two stitch markers and one progress keeper. Is yours the same? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So attached to your necklace, so you can just wear it as a piece of
so
jewelry.
great because it looks, I mean, like if you never even use them, which of course you're going to, it's just a great piece of jewelry.
Lori
I love
also
the
got
color.
the earrings that she's wearing and got 1,000,001 compliments on them. They're gorgeous, like the perfect green.
They are the
earring.
perfect green.
So we met
I
Keisha
love
and
them.
almost instantly fell in love with her. And then
Oh, look how
On
beautiful
the-
it is.
they're so good. On the left side of
Look how good my nails look.
I know. On the
Wait,
left side of the booth was a yarn dyer.
Here's Keisha's card. You could probably put your camera on that QR code, right?
And if not, go to the show notes, and there it is.
There you go.
On the left side of their booth,
Darn you.
was a new yarn to us that we hadn't seen before called Hope Made Yarn Co. And
they are best friends.
They're best friends, and they live in Jersey, South Jersey, as they say. Why did you give
Ocean
me that?
City, because I have two.
Oh,
I thought you might want it.
thanks so much.
You're welcome.
And so Hope's yarn is super squishy, and you know, I'm always looking for little minis, and she had these gorgeous minis. So it's 6 skein splendid sock mini set. It's 4-ply fingering, 85-15 merino nylon, and I just love these for heels, toes, and cuffs, or also for one of my blankets. I can never have too many minis, and they were just absolutely lovely. So Hope ended up, so then Lori got a skein of yarn.
I saw this and I practically passed out because it's so gorgeous.
What's the name of that colorway?
This colorway is JoJo's favorite. Oh no, Rivulets. This is the yarn base is JoJo's favorite, which is 75-25. 75% superwash merino, 25% recycled nylon, 4-ply fingering, 437 yards.
Is that what you want your socks made out of?
Yes.
You don't want to knit with it?
I do, but they just need to be socks, and
Great.
you can do them quickly. So there you go.
I love it for me. Oh my God, it's so good. So we met Hope and Keisha, and they were so lovely, and they were so cute. They had on little purple dresses, and then
Matching love notes
in Hope's yarn, and a beautiful like orange speckly coral colored thing, and they were matching, and they were just so cute. So we said hello, goodbye, and off we went. And then later that night, we were in the lobby waiting, I think, or we had just come back from dinner. And I'm sitting at the table with Dawn, and my back is to them, but I kind of saw them out of the corner of my eye, but I couldn't remember, you know, we spoke to them for so long.
Yes, we did.
At the booth, but like I couldn't quite, I didn't want to stare at them. So I'm like this to Dawn. Dawn, do those girls have dresses on under their sweaters? And she's like, Justine, what the heck? Like, you're such a freak. I'm like, no. Do they have sweaters on like that are matching? She's like, yeah, they're wearing. She's like, so Dawn's like this. Yeah, they're matching sweaters. And I'm like, what about the dresses? And she's like, yeah, I think they're purple. I'm like, okay. So then I go over, I'm like, and so then they're like, hey, and I'm like, hey. So we were at the same hotel. We ended up having a pizza party the next night.
Yes.
We could not love them more. Such wonderful friendship, and like just a lovely story.
Like we had known them forever.
It felt amazing. Like we love them. Hi,
yes.
Hope. Hi, Keisha.
Hi, girls.
We miss you. So we hope everybody. We will definitely be doing a trunk show with them, both for
so
Simply Vintage and Hope Made Yarn Co. But go and show them love.
Yes.
Follow them on social media. Make purchases. We were so excited.
You should
to
definitely,
make new friends.
yes, go to their websites.
And the yarn is amazing.
Yeah.
And so is the jewelry. There was a couple other things while we were at Woolen Folk that I was determined to get to, and one of them was Woolens and Nosh. So on our way to that area, we found, we saw our friend Emily from Fangirl Fibers.
Yes.
And Emily's booth was outside. And we caught her at a
pretty good time.
It was not sunny by any stretch of the imagination.
No, but it wasn't raining.
But it wasn't pouring. So we got over there, and they were showing off their stacks, their card stacks.
Yes.
I can't remember what they called.
The
doodle bar.
Yeah.
So they came up with, and it's not Emily. Oh, God.
One is Jamie, right?
It's.
I'm terrible.
Me too. Hold on. The so sorry. Okay, so the Doodle collection, it's from, where's the name of the stack? Yarnaceous, is that right?
Oh, yes. Yarnaceous.
So Chassis is the name of the fiber artist. But so at their booth, they have these decks of cards. And they were for all different themes, but the one that they were debuting was the Rhinebeck stack. So basically, you get a deck of playing cards, and on the cards was a schematic or a chart for your design of your own cowl.
Right.
So you pick, however, you can get a kit, or you could pick your own colors, pick your own minis, and basically you go ahead and use the chart and reorganize. So like if she and I were using the same stack, I could start with like a picture of little mittens, and Lori could start with like apple cider donuts or whatever the charts have.
Whatever
and
the theme is.
You just move your cards around, and you pull out your card whenever one you're working on, and then you put it away and pick a new one, and you could do it randomly, or you could plan it out.
It is the coolest.
So cute. Makes these really cute cowls, but you could use those for anything,
socks,
for socks, for sweaters, for hats, anything. So really, really clever. And we're going to be working again with Emily because we've had 2 trunk shows with Fangirl Fibers, right?
No, just one.
Just one?
Just one.
And we met her last year at Woolen Folk,
And
or at
we
Cake
love her.
Palooza, sorry. And this year, we were so happy to see her again. And another one who right away knew exactly who we were, and really good, really lovely.
Well, yeah.
What?
No, well, she knew who we were because we met her last year.
Right, I know, but she just like,
she loves us.
she loves us.
What can
She
we
was
say?
lovely. So then we made it into the building
And
that was most crowded. I really felt for a lot of the people in this particular building, because it was the building where you could take an elevator to the 5th floor if you wanted to. But because of that, there was lines gathering in front of people's booths to get to the elevator and wait for the elevator, and it was crazy.
It was a lot.
So in the first section that we walked into, our friend Angie wanted us to look at these bags. So these are from a company called Mabel, Mabel, which is Makers Always Bring Extra Love. That's what that means. And these are made entirely out of recycled quilts. So she finds these quilts and repurposes them into yarn bags, project bags. So this one is the one that I got. Isn't it so cute, Cav?
Oh, that is so cute.
It's made out of
Recycled
recycled quilts.
Oh, what a novel idea.
It is a novel idea.
Amazing.
So I didn't want to spend $1 million, so I didn't get a big one, and I'm coveting Lori's big one.
They're
and
not
weren't
$1
even
million.
I didn't mean $1 million. I meant like I was
No.
already approaching my limit, so I
So here's
settled.
mine.
This is the one I would have bought too.
I
So
love
if it ever goes missing,
Yeah, I know where it is. On the way home, she was like, "Thank you for getting this bag for me."
I'm so glad you bought me this. It's so beautiful, and the designer was so lovely, and her booth was lovely. Paige, she had so many.
I love it.
So yeah, that one is stunning.
So I couldn't decide, and because I don't
weren't
buy
buying yarn.
tons and tons of yarn, I buy bags. So I got that one. I got one in every size. I love that for me. Look how cute.
It's so cute.
And they're really reasonably priced.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't have said that they were $1 million.
No,
It was
I know.
mostly-
No, it's because you had already bought a lot of yarn and stuff.
Oh, I love this one too.
And then this is a mini one. Oh gosh, it's so good.
this looks like a little cherry to me.
It's so cute. I think it's a rose.
It's adorable. So we got those bags, and that was lovely. And then let's see. Then we
And did we show these? Like you showed
That's
yours,
Rhinebeck.
but
Rhinebeck.
oh, sorry.
Then we went to the back of that building and first I went and made a stop to see Tristan from Dragon Horde Yarn, whose yarn I love. This is such a moody.
Yeah, her yarn is gorgeous.
It's such a moody.
We met her last year.
Yeah, she was so nice, and she watches the podcast. This one's called Hobbiton. It's 75.
Hobbiton.
Is that from the Lord of the Rings?
Sure is.
Okay. It's on her myth fingering base, which is 75/25, 463 yards, and it's stunning. There's something about the way she over dyes things and speckles that's just very unique to her, and I love this. And it was sort of out of my wheelhouse in terms of a color, but I think it's going to be like,
it's beautiful.
I was staring at it, and then she said somebody was trying to decide between yarn for socks, and she said, I just saw this knitted up in socks, and it is perfection. So that's
there
all she
you go.
needed to say for me to be sold on that. Then I made it to Woolens and Nosh with Dawn, and I was able to get these two beauties. So
yeah, I was sad, even though I rarely knit socks. I was sad not to get to.
This one's
their
called
booth.
Fancy Schmancy Pumpkins. It's a look-alike non-gradient version, so it's a one of a kind. It's a little different than other versions of that. And then this one is called April Showers, and they had something really cute done at that booth where they had full socks of every colorway. So you could see, and they were hanging on like a bar. So you could go around and see the colorway that you were most drawn to and then find it on the wall, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I am obsessed with this yarn thanks to Laura Ross. She gifted me some of it, and it is really a pleasure to knit with. It's very durable. This is on her superwash targi fingering, so it's 90% superwash targi and 10% nylon. Both of them, right?
Yep.
I love it. And if I use some contrast, I could probably get 2 pairs out of each one of these.
Oh my gosh.
And I absolutely love it.
I love both of them.
I know this one is like kind of, it was just so moody and perfect. Oh, another person trying to come in. We're not open. We are not opening.
People,
so then
pay attention.
I think we left. Yeah, I think we left Woolen Folk because I think I said,
I'm done.
And I was hungry, and we hadn't eaten anything, so we stopped at Burger King.
Nobody wants to get in the way of that.
But we were going to dinner that evening.
Right. We were going to. I feel like a horrible person.
Yeah, we don't open until 3. Okay, sorry.
It's going to be a lot of editing.
I just feel like such a jerk. So we went to Terrapin that
We really
evening.
do need shades.
That day, Friday, was Lori's daughter Sam's birthday.
Yes.
So we went and celebrated happy birthday to Sam again.
Yes.
At Terrapin. We had a lovely dinner. It was so delicious.
Wow, what day is it?
Today is Wednesday.
Is it the 25th?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. All right. My son-in-law's birthday's tomorrow.
Okay. And so that was delicious. And then we went back to the hotel and we crashed.
That was delicious.
It was so good. That restaurant is delicious.
Yeah. Honestly, I shouldn't really be saying this because I don't want you to take my reservation for next year, but
get a reservation, people.
Yeah. Terrapin.
Saturday we woke
in
up
Rhinebeck.
and we got stuck we were not rushing to get there. We didn't get there right when they opened again, right?
No, because we never do.
No, we don't. Because I'm
trying to think.
It felt like a lot of deja vu. Rhinebeck is like consistent.
Right.
Super
the same, a lot of the same vendors every year
in the same location.
Exactly,
which is good because you can really know where to go. You could really see. It was very obvious the differences between Friday and Saturday. I mean, obviously Rhinebeck has been going on for 50 years or so, right?
Right, but it's such a stark contrast, you know.
So we got our sheep and wool bags.
I
our
love the one this year. I love that logo.
We voted for next year's logo. Hopefully mine wins, or you won't hear the end of it.
Someone told me, like, we both liked the same one that was our top one. And I can't remember who it was that told me that it was their friend who did that one.
Oh God, there was one it was black and white with this beautiful sheep sitting there that had this amazing rainbow colored shawl draped around.
Yeah,
around the
it was
sheep.
fantastic.
And I stood there for a long time and looked at those because I'm just so impressed by people's creative abilities, and just I loved all of them.
There were so many good ones.
Although Dawn was like, that one looks like a snake. I can't vote for that one. But I think she voted for every other one. But yeah, so at Rhinebeck, we purchased far less. I think I only bought one. I bought this sweatshirt that says I'm an unapologetic yarn snob. And then I bought this skein of a speckled shorty sock set from Dragonfly Fibers.
Okay, yeah, this was one of my favorite booths, Dragonfly Fibers, and I bought this, and I mean, come on, look at the green.
It's so good. It's so good.
I can't stand it. It just makes me happy. I don't even have to do anything with it. Like, I could just look at it, and I love the blue with it.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
So I think
the highlight of that whole thing for me was the walking and the seeing the people. Yes. And we got there, we walked through a couple of like big buildings and ran into some people that we knew, but then we oh, sorry, did you want to talk about that?
I just loved that booth. So I don't really understand, were there two people there? Dragonfly Fibers and Cannon Hand Dyes?
I'm not sure. I like this though. They
if anybody knows,
a card
please comment down below.
This is pattern great. Suggestions based on what they had shown as samples, but also like 6 color shawl sets and then fingering weight mini sets and all sorts of things like that. Is very cool.
And just like lists, like huge lists of pattern suggestions, it's just so helpful because Ravelry can be overwhelming.
Yeah, especially if you saw something in that booth, you could look back at that card and see.
Yes.
So when we got there, we headed straight for the big buildings, walked through, barely made it through 2 before we wanted to go meet.
I have the answer. So it's the same person, Dragonfly Fibers and Cannon Hand Dyes, and I was right. It's Amy. Amy Lee Saradell, and she couldn't have been lovelier. And definitely want to get this yarn into the shop because
it's lovely.
It's stunning. It's really good. And just the way she has it in sets and mini skeins. And Samantha, did you see what Samantha bought?
I sure did.
Samantha, what time is it? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
I do too.
We gotta wrap it up. And we're not even done talking.
I know.
I feel like we might have to, I don't know, meet later. I'm gonna come to your house.
If you want. I have to go because there's literally a person at my front door to clean my burner. Granted, he's early, so he's gonna.
Oh, he's already there?
Yeah, so I really do have to.
All right, my appointment's at 12 in Cranston, so.
Are you gonna come to my house afterwards?
Yep.
Is Dawn working today?
Nope.
Okay.
But I'll
come straight from there. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cut.
You'll
see my house.
Print it.
Okay.
We're back.
Welcome to my home.
It's been a day.
It's been a day. The boiler guy came and he looked at my shirt and he's like, what's this? What's a yarn snob? And I was like, it's me. I'm a yarn snob.
Oh my God, how funny.
And you got your hair done.
That's right. My hair looks... And I took off my sweater because it's absurdly hot.
It's gorgeous out. I think I'm going to open up some windows and mop the floor. My husband called to inform me that Harrison has basketball after school, which I totally forgot about, which gives me a whole extra hour by myself.
Oh my goodness.
So good.
Oh, right, because he gets out earlier. I've already forgotten these things.
Yeah. Anyway, the last we left off,
What did
we were in the
leave?
middle of Rhinebeck. I showed all of my purchases.
Oh, right.
Did
you?
Yes. So on the first, I showed when I was talking about these socks here, this little bag, and Lori bought 3 of them as gifts.
Potentially.
Except for me. I'm the worst.
Potentially. But they're so cute.
Yeah, they're really just adorable.
I mean, you don't have to be a sock maker to use them. You know, they're just for a...
It keeps your ball very
Look
tight.
how cute.
That one's really adorable.
I really love it. Oh my gosh, I did not even notice that it is like a bird. Do you... Oh, no, it's not. I thought it looked like a...
No, there's an owl. Oh, no, that's not.
No,
It looks like,
I
that
thought it
looks
looked-
like an owl right there. I thought it was an owl, too.
I thought this. I thought it
This
looked
little guy
like
right
a
here looks
peacock.
Oh, I thought it was an owl.
Like the teapot. I mean, I knew it was a teapot, but I thought it was trying to be a peacock.
I think it is trying to be a peacock.
You think so?
I don't know. We're really awesome at this.
Yep. Losing it.
Regardless, they're super cute.
Oh, look at my sticker that I got from Walcott Yarns and Le Garçon.
Yeah, Cottontail Farm, you guys, for these little bags. It's an Etsy shop.
So
Link
cute.
below.
So wait, did I show
Absolutely
this one?
adorable. No, I love this one.
Adorable.
Except for the butterflies.
They're not butterflies, they're dragonflies.
Doesn't matter.
Seriously?
I just don't like them.
They're totally different things. And then there's this,
I love
which
that.
I knew as soon as I saw the bugs, I'm like, she's gonna say they're butterflies, but they're not. I love this one.
Yeah, they're so cute. So cute.
So cute.
So that was on Saturday, and you know, on Saturday, another thing that we did on Saturday is spend a lot of time on the hill, chatting with friends.
I have a Jolly Rancher now.
We met new people, lots of new people. We had kind of like an informal skein sheep along picture, but because the internet was so bad there, I couldn't really get a post out to say to come meet us. So
Yeah.
there were a ton of sheep camp sweaters.
There were lots of them. I don't think they were all because of us. I think.
So that they weren't. However,
You're
I'm
going
going
to
to
take
choose to
credit.
believe that they chose it because that's what I wanted the Rhinebeck sweater to be. It was really nice to see so many people. Too many to name.
We did, but we can name a few of them.
Yeah. So we saw some of our friends from the shop. We saw Lori, and we saw Stephanie, and we saw
Wait, which Lori?
Pearson
Oh, Lori Pearson.
in her sheep camp.
That's right.
I'm thinking of sheep camp sweaters.
Oh,
and,
okay.
And Stephanie was wearing her sheep camp, and you and me and Dawn
Alma.
and Alma was there with her sheep camp. So we have
That's
a
right.
picture of that.
And
And then
Alma's mom. She did not make I think she's a crocheter, not a knitter. She's adorable.
she is adorable.
And they look so much alike.
And then we saw other people from the store. We saw Nicole and Jen and
Rachel,
Jen and Rachel and Kate.
and
all the
did I
people.
take there? I feel like I brought
Tania, who's
Tania.
not a,
Yeah,
she's
Tania
not-
has a podcast,
She has a podcast, so yeah, let's.
which
talk about
I
that.
did not realize.
It's the Breakfast Crew. Peace Out podcast.
Just when she gave me the sticker, it
You
was
were like,
so
"Oh."
funny. I was like, "You have a podcast?" Because everybody knows how bad I am about watching podcasts, and then she gave me the sticker, and I'm like, "Is the name of it Peace Out?" She's like, "No, it's called Breakfast Crew."
I love her.
She is so funny.
Yeah.
And a great crocheter to boot. And she was wearing, I loved it. She had like a clear plastic bag on over her. Hey, listen.
Her knits. I could have cared
Gotta
less.
show them off.
I could have cared less. I did not wear a coat. I did wear rain boots, and my feet hurt really bad.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, my toes hurt really bad.
But you looked good.
Hey, thanks. You know who else had the same boots as me? Rachel from Moondrake Yarn
Oh my
Club.
God.
She was like, "We are boot twins."
I know.
Oh yeah, so
I love her.
Oh my God, I just love her. I mean, she is famous, and she's like, "I love you nice.
I
Love you.
know.
I'm like, oh my
I know.
God, I just love her.
She's so great.
And then we were introduced to, Lori introduced us to the girl from Ruby and Roses.
Yes. Yes.
So,
whose name is I can't
I can't
remember,
remember.
but she was lovely.
She was
She
super
was
lovely,
tall
and so was her
thin
partner.
and blonde.
He was like, I'm in charge, so
That's
contact me. And she was
That's
just
right.
like, yeah.
Yeah,
was
she
like,
was
oh.
just. She looked. She looked like Barbie
Oh my God, she was
in
stunning.
a good way.
Stunning. She looked beautiful.
And a lot of pink.
There were people that we were looking for and didn't see. We didn't see our friend Laura and Gail. We didn't see.
Oh, I know.
We didn't see
That
Kimberly
was weird.
McAlinden,
We
and I
did
was
not
devastated.
see Kimberly McAlinden.
But we saw Caleb. We spent so much time with
That
Caleb.
was
We were
fun.
so happy to be with him.
I'm still thinking about. I'm still thinking about what you said.
Oh God,
What he thought you said.
can I say that?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
So my feet were hurting because of my rain boots, and we were walking away, and this was like after hours of standing on the hill, and it's, you know, a hill, so we were standing like this sometimes, then flat and whatever. So I was uncomfortable, and I was starving. So because what did we eat for breakfast? Oh, we ate hotel breakfast that morning, and I just had oatmeal. So I was
Not
really,
filling.
really, really hungry. Although the oatmeal was really good at the hotel.
The oatmeal, I mean, for
I
a
love
for a
oatmeal.
hotel breakfast, you know, it was pretty good.
Oh, the pancake machine.
Oh my goodness! I took a video.
Oh, okay. I will try to remember in the thousands of things I have to
Maybe
edit
we
now.
should just put it in our stories.
Yeah, I could put it in the
like
story.
randomly, just the pancake
Pancake.
machine.
It like squirted it out, and there was like a little window you could see, and then it
was
like went
definitely
on a
the-
rotated
The
on a
coolest
belt,
part of the hotel,
and then it was like heating it up, and then
and
the
it's
end
like
went
flattening them out, and then it was so awesome.
Yeah. So my feet hurt, and I was hungry, and Lori would not stop talking to people, and we had met all the people. We went over and we waited for a minute to chat with Natalie, Nitty Natty, who was lovely. We'll get there in a second. And I'm like uncomfortable, and Caleb's like, so what are we doing? And I'm like, I'm going to eat something. And then this one just keeps stopping to chat with people, and Jake from Kenyon stops
That's
there.
because I'm nice.
So we were chatting with him, and I was just like, oh my God, my feet hurt so bad and I'm starving. So I turned to Caleb and I said, my piggies hurt, meaning my toes. And he goes, did you just say your titties hurt? And I was like, no. I said, my piggies hurt. He was like, good. I didn't want us to be there yet or something like that.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't think we were there yet. Oh my God.
I'm like, they're fine, but my
Yes.
toes hurt.
Oh, that was so funny.
Yeah, so we did meet, obviously we saw Kevin and Ray again, and we saw Jake.
Yes, we
and
did
saw
bump into Kevin and Ray a lot, which was awesome.
Michael from Peace for Peace.
Although I felt like we didn't get to talk to them for long enough.
No,
Kevin
but
and Ray.
I could stand around and talk to them for hours.
I know.
I just love them.
I wanted to say, I don't think I said this before, that Max the Knitter is so tall.
He's really tall. I thought you were going to
He
say he's
is-
so handsome. That's
Well,
what I thought you were going to say.
That goes
He's
without
also
saying.
so
They're
handsome.
both super handsome. And, but I don't know. I don't know why. I did not expect him to be that tall.
I love that.
I mean, he had to be,
I think he's probably the same height as Michael. He's like 6 feet.
I think, taller. No,
Max,
definitely,
If you're watching, can you let
definitely
us know how
taller
tall
than
you
6
are?
feet. Definitely. Do you think they watch the podcast?
No.
I don't think so either. But
Especially not this Modge Podge of a mess. I called Michael. I'm like, we're not even done with the podcast. He's like, you've been doing it for hours.
I know.
And I was like,
we've had a few
I
interruptions.
said, yeah, I know. And then he goes, maybe you should do it in sections, like part 1, part 2, part 3. He's like, who would want to sit there and watch you guys talk for
Like
that
Mission
long?
Impossible.
Yeah, I'm like,
Oh my
people
God.
will want to listen to us talk.
Absolutely. They want to see every part. Yes. So very tall, and definitely Michael's only 6 feet. I feel like he's
He's like
taller.
6'1".
Max the Knitter is much taller than that.
Okay. I'm going to ask him.
Well, maybe not much taller, but
I'm
I'm
gonna-
going to say, all
I'm
right,
going to message him and ask him.
all right, we need to know. Inquiring minds need to, what is it?
Inquiring minds need to know.
Need to know.
Um,
He's, all right, let's take bets.
I think he's as tall as Michael is, 6'1" at the most.
I think he is at least 6'3".
Okay.
That is what I believe.
I will ask him.
All right. Please do.
I'm going to pretend I'm you, though.
Oh, no. I'll ask him. I have no problem. He's lovely.
He was so nice. Yeah, so on the hill, we met with people. This year, more people came over
and
to
said
tell
hello
us,
to
like,
us.
oh, I love your podcast.
Which was lovely.
One time I was without Lori, like, waiting outside. You were getting pickles.
Many times.
And I was waiting outside and you were getting
Those
pickles.
pickles were good.
They're so good. I'm going to have one right after this. And I was standing there and this woman she just was walking by with her umbrella and she was like, I love your podcast. And I was like, thank you. So weird.
What about Eileen?
Oh my God. I used to be really good at people's names. Like I really was. Like as a teacher, I could name first names, last names, their siblings' names, parents' names. I just knew it. And now I cannot. I cannot.
You used up your quota while you were a teacher. And
I'm
now
done.
You're done.
So there were a couple of ladies that I thought I recognized, and it happened so many times. And I would just be like, Lori, it's Eileen. And she's like, who's that?
I'm like, who's Eileen?
So many
And
times.
I knew it.
And then anytime the lady would like get close enough, I would realize that I had no idea who that was.
I knew it wasn't Eileen Strawn because
No,
I knew she
know
wasn't
who Eileen is.
going to Rhinebeck. In all of these people, there was actually one named Eileen, but look, it's Eileen. That started way before we ever met her. And we met her, I feel like we met her in front of the roast beef booth. I don't know. But it had to be 5 times over the course of the weekend. Look, it's Eileen.
And I was totally serious. Like, oh, that looks like Eileen. I don't even know. Yeah,
we got to meet Gina from Skein Cocaine.
Thank you.
That was a major highlight for both of us, I think.
Yeah.
And because we have had a mad crush on her for years now.
She's very, very supportive of our podcast, and
she was just, it's like we've known her forever. And
yes, and Gina was walking around on Saturday with her sweater half done, no sleeves.
Yes.
But in fairness to Gina, she knit one of her friend's sweater, the entire sweater, except for the sleeves.
Oh, are you kidding me?
So one of her friends is a non-knitter.
Because there were 5 of them,
yeah,
right?
One of her friends is a non-knitter. So she knit the yoke and the body, and one of the other ladies knit the sleeves.
And it was the Antique Flora?
Yes, I believe so. And
by Woolen Pine.
And one of Gina's really good friends is Leslie Friend, who is a friend to Knit With podcast. And Leslie Friend is a designer whom I have admired for a really long time. I really was excited to meet her. Anytime that Gina would talk about her friend Leslie, I was always like, I wonder if that's a friend to knit with. And then I realized it was after a while. And yeah, I was really excited to meet her.
I'm excited to watch her podcast.
She was lovely. She gave us little things that
stitch markers,
said a friend to knit with, and a little thing of stitch markers. The needles at the ready, guys, they had tape measures, and
which I did not get.
Literally took it right out of some other lady's hands.
I know. I can't believe you didn't get me one.
Well, there was only one at that point.
It was the last one. I love it. Light bulb stitch markers.
Yeah, so nice.
Yes. Thank you, Leslie.
Yeah,
Thank you, Leslie Friend.
Yeah. It was
my new friend.
Really nice.
So that was a highlight.
We met Sunshine and her daughters. Her poor daughter, one of her daughters was just lugging around
Oh,
luggage.
Sunshine.
What a love. She was so excited to take pictures with us, which was so sweet.
I loved meeting her and her daughter.
Yeah. They were.
One daughter seemed to be very involved, and one daughter was like a pack mule.
Yeah, one daughter was like
carrying all of Sunshine's stuff.
She said, I am encouraging my mom to take pictures with the people she wants to take pictures with. And I was like, oh that's so nice. And she's like, you. And she wants to take pictures with you. So
she was so lovely. She, everything. She was head to toe in knits and crochet. And she had the most beautiful yellow top on with pins.
Right?
I feel like it was. But then there was another knit top underneath it.
Yeah.
And pins.
Yeah.
All over the poncho.
Yeah.
And she was just the best.
Yeah, she was so nice.
Yes.
Hi,
Hi, Sunshine.
Sunshine. I feel bad because I'm sure there's people that I'm forgetting about.
A lot
sure.
of people.
When we did,
There were some people who called out to us as though we knew them and we had never met them before.
yeah.
And so that was kind of funny.
What was really funny was
Because someone said,
so some of it happened to us last year, but like nothing like this year. And
Right.
so this year we also had Dawn and Sam with us for the majority of it.
Right.
And Dawn was like, every time somebody recognized us, and Dawn, our lovely friend Dawn, who works at the store, she was like walking around with
so happy
stickers,
she
and
was
she
with
was
us.
like, somebody would be like, oh, I love your podcast, and Dawn would be like,
Want a
I have a sticker. She was like so with it. She was so excited.
she's so supportive.
She was my personal photographer while I was
She
taking
was your personal
pictures.
photographer.
She had me posing in certain locations.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was really
I did
fun.
not have a personal photographer.
I'm the personal photographer normally.
I guess that's true.
Sam had
Lori,
met.
go over here. Go.
Lori, go stand
Go
over
do
there.
this. Go stand over there.
Sam had met with Natalie, Knitty
Oh
Natty.
my gosh.
And so
That was super
I
funny.
have already because people ask us all the time, is Natalie going to come? Is Knitty Natty going to come to
On her
Skein
tour.
when she comes to Rhode Island? And I said, well, I'll be really upset if she doesn't, because I have been following Natalie and watching her podcast since the beginning. And we interact on Instagram a bit on, and
Come on. She's your best friend.
she's my best friend. We took pictures together last year, so she obviously
Yes.
remembers me. But no, we've messaged back and forth about things before, and she's just so sweet and very, very genuine. And when
I loved meeting her.
Sam went over and handed her one of our stickers, and she was like, I know this, I've seen this before. So, and I think she,
The eyeless sticker.
yeah, the eyeless sticker, yeah. So she was really sweet and said, oh, I want to meet them. So Sam came back and she was like, no, I want to meet you.
Yeah.
It was so cute. So we went over and we chatted with her for a little bit, and she was like, oh my God, the sticker. And
She thought Sam was your daughter.
probably. So she, oh my God, I look that old to be able to have a 26-year-old.
Do I look at
Well, I'm nowhere near old enough to. I would be 13 when I had her. That would be crazy. You don't look old at all. Not old enough to be a grandma or a Mimi.
Good recovery.
Thanks. Anyway, she was lovely, and it was really nice to meet her.
We did. We just had so many nice conversations with people, whether they're known on podcasts or not known, just to have people come up to us and say such nice things,
Remember those 4 girls that you?
Oh my God!
We
The
met
the 4 best looking girls at
Yeah,
Rhinebeck.
we met these girls, and one of them works in a shop.
Oh yes, Yarnia.
One of them works at Yarnia.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, just lovely girls, and they all had mohair.
The most beautiful
mohair held together with other yarn sweaters
from the Wandering Flock.
Yes.
They were all sweaters made with yarn from the Wandering Flock, which, I really want that yarn in my shop. What can I say?
They were adorable. I mean, we just met so many people, and then I was done, and this one was still not done. So I dragged you away, and we ate a roast beef sandwich.
You did drag me away. That was when we were talking to Jake and T and Caleb and Marnie. Yeah, Marnie's another Rhode Islander that I need to see in out of state.
I know. Yeah, for real.
I wanted to photobomb Marnie and Vernell. Remember they were taking a picture?
Yeah, and I'm like, that's rude.
It would have been hilarious.
Shouldn't photobomb people.
Oh,
And then
I love this.
And then Caleb.
I love this coming from you.
What? I don't photobomb people.
Oh my God.
And then Caleb photobombed our picture.
That's
And
right.
he was
He's
like,
so
it
funny.
wasn't rude.
Oh my gosh. In that picture, I'm trying to think, in the picture with Marnie, he looks so
He's like,
funny in the background.
Yeah.
It's hysterical.
It was so funny. And then we walked around some more, and then we were tired, and then Lori really
Okay.
wanted to go to Matterroot. And in
I
hindsight,
totally missed out.
we should have gone there first when we first got there, because there's no way, when we left, it was close to the end of the day on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
So there's no way they
Yeah.
like had anything at that point anyway, because when we went first thing the next morning,
Nothing. I mean, when she said she was low on inventory, she was not kidding. I mean, great for her, bad for me.
Yeah, so then I'm trying to think. Oh, so on Sunday when we went back, we met.
We haven't talked about this.
That's what I was just going to say. We
But I
met.
think we did this on Saturday. I feel like we did.
No, because we didn't get over to that booth yet.
We did.
We didn't get over those fences.
I think we...
Well, whatever. Whatever day we went.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway.
Remember we went when we first got there, and then we ended up coming back a second time because Sam had gotten it on the second day because she brought her tote, because she got 3 skeins of this color, I think.
She did get 3 skeins of this color, which is Vermont Vice, I think it's called.
So this is from Junction
Mill Fiber.
Mill-
Every time I say it the wrong way.
Junction
Junction
Fiber
Fiber
Mill.
Mill. Oh my
in
goodness.
Vermont, right?
Yes, it's in Vermont.
And we are chatting with them about getting a wholesale account.
Yes.
And what's really
making tracks.
they also have a podcast.
I wouldn't know.
I think she gave you a sticker, but
She did give me a sticker that looks like this. Their logo up
yeah.
top.
So if you go to their website, I'm sure they have.
Great. They have a podcast. Definitely.
It's like a
G.
weekly.
Olson told me.
It's like a weekly podcast.
There's another color that I got. Oh, wait. Which one of us is getting that? You got this.
Oh yeah.
Because we have plans for these babies. Because
It's so good, you guys.
we're getting this in the
It's
shop.
so good. Oh, it's
Peggy
So good.
told me.
Oh, Peggy the lady.
Peggy. Yes, Peggy
It
from
is
Junction Fiber Mill.
It's a DK weight, and all they have is DK weight. Yeah.
Only DK in this yarn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Which is proudly made in White River Junction, Vermont.
Junction Fiber Mill is a small batch wool processing mill in the heart of WRJ.
White River Junction.
Started by 2 sheep farmers and friends, Amanda and Peggy, in 2021.
Yeah, so
Their
that's
colors,
recent.
their colors are so vivid and bright, and I'm gonna wind this up today.
It is beautiful.
So soft.
And guess what we're going to use with this?
Go ahead, tell them.
We're going to use Beachy Breeze Fibers Delta Worsted,
Which is
which is
packaged,
a very light worsted.
packaged and heading
It's on
our
its way.
It is. It's so good, and these two
They're gonna be
together
so
are going
good
to be
together.
ridiculous. So
Yeah.
we're really excited about this. This was a real highlight for me. That booth was stunning. It was
Yeah.
really, really beautiful.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the highlights
For me,
of the weekend.
I wish I had bought something for myself to make.
well,
I will.
it's
will.
coming,
I
so
will. It's so good. It's so good.
it's really squishy. And what was I going to make? Oh, I'm going to make the pressed flower cowl
Yeah.
with this bad boy.
And I'm gonna make a cowl as well.
That they had a sample
That they
of.
had a
That was
sample of. That
awesome.
was really, really cool. Man, I was so tired. Oh my god. These are all Dawn's pictures of me knitting. I can't find it.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, it was for Flock's sake.
That's what I thought.
They should make one.
Was that?
With
What
the
did I
flock.
say?
You said for Flock's sake. I said
Oh,
for
okay.
the Flock.
With the flock.
Yeah, we just saw so many beautiful things, and yeah, I'm excited about this. This
Yeah.
is this was a really big
This,
to do for me.
I'm excited about everything. I'm excited about Hope's yarn. I'm excited about Keisha's jewelry. I'm excited about Les Garçons.
Yeah. Look, I already put my yarn away, but I kept out your homemade.
I saw that. I noticed it
yarn
over
pile,
there.
So I'm gonna wind it up
Super excited.
because I don't have enough socks that I'm knitting.
That's so good for me. I'm trying to think if I know that we're missing, like, it makes me sad. We'll just, like, next podcast, we'll talk about all the things that we forgot to talk about on this podcast. We had a pizza party with with a bunch of new friends in the hotel lobby on Saturday night with Hope and Keisha and Debbie and Julie and of course Sam and Dawn and
The day that we were leaving.
oh,
What?
we gotta get those earrings. That's Jillian
Yeah.
from Wee Ones.
Oh,
yeah. Who was at the Wee Ones booth at Rhinebeck? If you don't know.
Jillian's booth and the Katrunkles booth were very difficult to get into.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. When on Saturday we went by Katie's booth, the Katrunkles booth, and we always love to say hi to her, and we couldn't get to her. I mean, there were like 2 rows of people, and we were like, yeah, we'll see her tomorrow. So she obviously had a great show, and then Sunday when we went to say hi to her, she was like, she literally couldn't form words. She was so tired.
Yeah.
And I felt it was like I was happy for her because she had a great show. I mean, I think she has a great show wherever she goes, but it was the first time at Rhinebeck having her own booth. And
poor thing, she was like, there's a lot of squatting.
Yes. Oh,
I
that's
should have
right.
been working on my squats. I was like, ooh, sounds awful.
Yeah. She was so tired. You could tell she was just talked out.
Yeah.
And I think it was like,
I can
see you guys. I can see you guys anytime. So bye. Bye-bye.
She was so cute.
No, she's
the best.
adorable. And she gave me, I think I might, do I have it with me? She
She
gave me a really
has
cute ruler. And it says UEWE rule. It was so cute. And so, yeah, I need to place a big order with her. Who else? Oh, and then we love talking about our Rhode Island peeps. Jillian from Wee Ones Creations. You guys have seen we have the stitch markers that are the clay figure stitch markers that are just, there's nothing else like them.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, and so this was the first time I saw her earrings in person.
In one of the reels that I did, there's like a video of the earrings spinning.
Yes. I can't wait to get those in.
They're so cute.
So basically anything she does for a stitch marker, she'll do on earrings. So if you want something specific, message me on Instagram or email me, Lori@skeinyarnshop.com, LORI, because I can get them for you. If there are certain Wee Ones that you've wanted in stitch markers and you want them in earrings, let me know because I'm going to be ordering them.
I was just thinking that I was going to try to put in pictures of things, but I think what I'm going to do is put a little picture thing together and put them at the end of the video because I was thinking, oh, I could try to put pictures with the people's faces that we're talking about, but I can't do that. So I will try my very best to put pictures and stuff at the very end.
You could just
They'll
wait
be on
and
Instagram,
just do them on Instagram.
But it's nice to see them.
I know. It's true.
I'll do my best.
Your
Well,
best is always
We have to
good
stop
enough.
podcasting because I'm pretty sure this is going to be like 17 hours long.
We had so many interruptions
I know.
today.
We're sorry about that.
Which is totally fine.
You know what it means? It means we're busy.
One of them was very important.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
the rest of them not so much.
would you like to steal some of my kids' Halloween candy?
Oh, like Halloween candy that hasn't been given out yet?
Harrison went trunk or treating last night, so there's a giant pile of candy on the table.
I'm super excited about that.
And this box.
Hopefully he doesn't watch this.
This
oh, yeah,
box
what is
that we're
that?
It's my Halloween
Kit
candy.
Kats?
Kit Kats, Reese's. I don't know why they call it a pantry pack, and it says stock up for your lunchbox. If I sent those to my kids' school, I would get in trouble.
I think you would be in trouble. I don't think we have to buy
patties in there.
Oh, I'm not a fan.
Oh, really?
I'll take one for Kevin though. I don't think we need to buy a single piece of candy.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting any visitors.
I don't think we're getting any. Because my new house is on like a dangerous road.
Dangerous road sounds awesome.
So kids,
come on by.
don't go on William Reynolds Road in Exeter.
There will be no candy.
That's right. All right. Well, people, I know we've kind of been all over the place, but
Literally
if you are
everywhere.
still watching, God bless you.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Yes, thank you so much. And
comment below and tell us what you thought about this insane episode.
yeah, please. If you have anything bad to say, don't say it. No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
nobody does anything bad.
And if you
Kind of comfy
have
to podcast at my house.
not for me, not right now.
Oh.
No, because I'm like on the edge. If we did this,
There you go. Here's a pillow.
oh, thank you. That would be so much better. We could just oh gosh, that's a really flattering look.
That's why you gotta wear oversized sweatshirts.
Yeah. No, I think I would need a booster seat if we were going to do this. Because look how low we are. We're like,
Well,
that's
before
why
we were here.
oh my gosh, this is bad. This is so bad.
All right, everybody, this has gone off the rails.
So
Have a great day. We'll see
you
you in
next time.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Thank
Bye.
you. All right.